Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. I've got questions for you. What opens with a dream sequency and what closes with a fantasy, nightmarish sequence of accident? If you guess Survivor's Remorse, what is it? I don't know what episode it is, but last night's Survivor's Remorse, you're correct. Yay! Survivor's Remorse. I love this TV show. I love this show. This is one of my favorite. This is up there in the top 5 for me. I love this show. But anyway, if you guessed Survivor's Remorse, last night's Survivor's Remorse, you're correct. Thank you so much for clicking and sticking around for my video. I am Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. All right, let's go and see how we got from opening to closing. My notes may not be perfect, but we gonna get into the rhythm. Okay, so we got a press conference that turns into a dream sequence, and I'm not sure if the press conference actually, I couldn't figure out, because wasn't his mama there, and his mama is in China, and it was a lot going on. But anyway, it was good. I liked how, how does he, Bella outside socializing. So anyway, press conference, let me keep it moving. Okay, so then we got, we have our main character, the basket Cam, visiting his dad in jail, and his daddy is fine, but his dad is very dismissive and kind of distant. Why have you never reached out? Cam is asking. His dad is like, because I don't need anything from you. I'm probably the only one who hasn't reached out to you. And the son is like, well, not only material things interest me, what about your interest in me? And his dad is like, well, I wrote letters to you as a baby, and then I wrote a bunch more when you were around 11. I've been here since I was 17. He like, nope, you ain't write no letters, Cam says. I never got any letters. And then his dad is like, well, ask your mom about that. Okay, so then, hold on a second. Okay, so then we got the manager cuz Reggie. We got a Reggie in Detroit that I went to school with. Okay, so he's leaving the diner with his dad. Remember at the end of the last season, his dad had reached out to his wife, Missy, and Missy had kind of tried to broker a deal for them to get back together for the healing of their relationship, and Reggie was not here for it. So he is leaving the diner. He upset. He get in his car. He slammed the door open. He dent somebody else's car. They get out the car. What you denting my car for? Somebody else get out the car. Somebody else get out the car. Somebody else get out the car. I think it's only 4, but it does seem like a clown car. Like people keep getting out the car. He not backing down. They not backing down. They want money. He throwing money at them. Oh, you treating us like a stripper. It's like 3 dudes and a woman. So they have that whole, interaction. The cops come by, they're watching the situation escalate from an argument to a fight. They trying to decide whether they gonna intervene. They decide not to intervene because the one guy ain't finished training, whatever. They're having a very cerebral discussion while all hell is breaking loose out here. And then the dad comes out and is helping with the fight because Reg is getting, kind of a beat down because it's 3 men on 1 man, and his dad helps and they fighting. And then at the end of the scene, we have a shot of the manager's dad and the cousin on the ground, like laid out from above, like they got beat down. Okay, so then we see Sister Mary Charles. She's in Boston and she's knocking on a door. She asking the guy who answers about the sexual assault that happened in Long Island that she was conceived from. She's heard from her mama. And the guy is like, no, I'm not doing that. And she like, well, I'll show you my titties. He like, I'm not going to look at my dead friend's niece's titties. And he like, plus if I want to look at titties, I'm going to go next door to so-and-so. And she like, oh, you got titties on standby? But anyway, that whole little thing was funny. Watch the show if you haven't watched it. That was a funny little scene. They're funny. The writing was like real tight and sharp last night, right? Because we've been missing and we ready. And so then, oh no, it's doing this thing. Then he's basically like, you need to ask your mom. Hold on, let me put it on. Oh, look, it's already over. Before I could, now I've gotten a little more sophisticated with this, but it did. Okay. So then he's like, you can, ask your mother if I can discuss this with you. And she's like, my mama is in Shanghai and told me to never ask her about it again. And he like, well, why don't you listen? And then, okay, we're at the manager's wife is on the phone, Missy, with her mom. And I don't know why her mom won't go to another room. The dad is steady in the background like, could you go to another room? I got to get up in the morning to get prepared for a meeting with the speaker. I think, is he a senator or something? But whatever, why she got to be in the bed with him talking to Missy? And she's basically chastising Missy about Reggie, or I can't, whatever. And then the dad gets on the phone. He like, sweetheart, you and Reg are going to be fine. I'll talk to you later. And then he tells his wife, go downstairs and you call her and you apologize. And the wife is like, I don't appreciate your tone. And then he's like, then you understood it perfectly. I love that scene. I love the writing. Okay, so then we see Mary Charles calling her mom in Shanghai. Meanwhile, mama is in Shanghai. The toilet is overflowing. She's trying to figure out how to stop the overflowation. She's like, I'm ankle deep in my own boo-boo and piss. And Mary Charles is like, Chuck is like, and just so you know, you're on speakerphone with Pookie. Pookie is the guy whose door she knocked. And she's like, I need you to he needs to get the all clear for you to give me info about the thing. And the mama is like, take me off speaker. And then they like, she's like, the thing I told you not to mention, the thing, blah, 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 the thing. Okay, put me back on speaker. And then, she says, there are things that Pookie knows that I don't know. And it not just your business, Mary Chuck, Chuck, it's my business. So you digging into this and you digging into me. Basically, that's what she's saying. Then we see Reggie and his dad. And his dad is like, you probably got a concussion. That's the theme of the night. Relationships with your fathers. You want me to call Missy or an ambulance? And the manager, Reggie, is like, I told you not to call my wife. I told you to lose my number. I can call an ambulance if I need it. And then he ends up throwing his dad the keys. His dad had an issue with alcohol, but he confirms that his dad has been, sober for 5 years or whatever. So he need to help his dad help him, but he's still mad at him. But they kind of working it out a little bit. So then Rodney Barker just saw in Boston. Oh, so then Cam is calling his mom. He like, Rodney Barker, I just saw him in Boston. And his mom is like, you with your sister? And he like, what's she doing in Boston? And mom is like, what's up with you two being so worried about who got me pregnant? You kids distracted by this trivial BS. And then Cam is like, my dad said that he wrote me letters at 11. And the mom is like, he's a convict. Stop being so inquisitive. Since you said you lost the playoffs, you all into this stuff. Don't even worry about that. We had sex 9 times. He ain't nothing. You've been raised by me. You've been raised by your uncle, by your grandmama. If you want something to do, go visit they graves. People died trying to raise you. His ass is in jail, basically. And she like, look, I'm going to take this new vagina you bought me and have sex with my boyfriend in Shanghai, China in his teenage room. Okay, so then we see, we find out that from Pookie that Chuck was conceived via a rape, and it was 2 brothers and a cousin that raped her mom. Her mom was bruised. She had rope burns. And Chuck is like, how did they get away with it? And then he's like, they didn't. And then I'm like, wait a second. Cam's dad said he'd been in jail since he was 17. Could there be a connection? That's what I was thinking. Now, my mom is like, that's ridiculous. That doesn't even make sense. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just wondering. I don't know. I mean, because he been in jail since he's 17. What's he in jail for? Do we know anything about him? Maybe his cousins are in there too, or his brother and cousin. I mean, I don't know. I'm just wondering. Okay, and then the fact that the people did not get away with the rape, we didn't know that. We thought that it was just some rape and she didn't know, but we got suspects. We got the potential rapers, and we got a connection here. Okay, so She said that Mama is talking to Cam, and she's like, okay, so your father did write you, and then we got evicted. And then Cam is like, well, why didn't the people forward the mail when we got evicted? And she like, Mama is like, you using that rich man logic. We got evicted in the middle of a blizzard, and it was 4 letters or 10 or 20 letters, and I was trying to hide them from you. I'm not gonna be looking for that when we getting evicted in the middle of a blizzard, and blah 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 blah. Oh, and this is when she says, if you want to visit somebody or be worried about somebody, visit your uncle's grave or your grandmother's grave. And then we're at the hospital with Reggie and his dad, and the dad is calling Missy. So that was it. That was the episode. It was very good. I love Survivor's Remorse. Yes, I'm here for it. Are you here for it? Watch Survivor's Remorse. If you don't, watch it on demand, catch up. I love Survivor's Remorse. It's my one of my favorite shows. I love the family element of it. I love that this baller is not you know, just out here hoeing around. I love his sensitivity and his humanity. He's like a human being. His cousin is a human being. His sister is a human being. The mama is a human being. Everybody is like a human being, not a caricature, even though it's funny. I'm liking these father relationships that they're exploring now. So that's what I got, Fabulites. Like, thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, share with all your friends and family. Subscribe. We're working on 150 subscribers. Did I say thumbs up and like? Today is still the best day ever. It's solar eclipse day. And you know what you got to do today and always? Be you, be fabulous you. Peace, bye-bye.